The polls in this election remain incredibly tight. Trump could win, Harris could win. And what could happen if Trump loses? We can expect legal challenges. There's concern about violence. And we know what happened last time.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election.
Trump would repeatedly and falsely claim the election had been stolen. His allies launched multiple legal challenges. Trump pressured his vice president not to certify the result. And on January the 6th, some of his supporters stormed the Capitol. None of this worked. The result was certified. But Trump has never accepted his defeat, which brings us to this election.
If for some reason I lose, and I think if I lose, this country will go into a tailspin, the likes of which it's never seen before, the likes of 1929. But if I do, and it's free and fair, absolutely I will accept the results.
But the last election was free and fair, and we know what followed. To avoid a repeat, lawmakers passed a new law to make it harder for Congress to challenge the results. That's here in Washington. Then there are the states themselves. As Politico reports, since 2020, Trump allies have won seats on county and state election boards across the swing states likely to decide the 2024 contest. And critics of Trump see disruption ahead.
So you're seeing a growing movement of legal fights about whether local boards of election can refuse to certify election results because of conspiracy theories about voter fraud or undocumented immigrants voting.
Senior Republicans, though, deny that Trump and his supporters want to undermine the electoral process.
His great concern is election security, and it is mine as well. It is all of ours. We are really seriously concerned about this, and we got to do everything that we can to ensure it.
Whatever the motives, legal clashes are already beginning. In Georgia, a crucial swing state, the election board, with a pro-Trump majority, ordered the hand counting of ballots, in theory, to ensure accuracy. But a judge blocked this, saying it adds uncertainty and disorder to the electoral process. But legal challenges are now a feature of US politics. And in this battle for the White House, both Republicans and Democrats are ready for court battles if they feel there's wrongdoing. The Washington Post reports that the Harris team has more than 400 lawyers, including volunteers, who are specifically focused on post-election planning. If Trump loses, it seems certain this will end up in court. But what about the possibility of political violence? To assess that, it's helpful to consider the circumstances in which it can happen.
It's countries that have presidential systems with winner-take-all elections. They're countries where the political parties are deeply divided and distrustful of each other.
America ticks those two boxes. Division and distrust are woven into US politics. And there's more.
It also happens in countries where the party that loses believes that the election was stolen. And it's particularly likely if the losing party has lost a second consecutive election. And if you think about those four factors, it perfectly describes the United States if Trump loses.
That doesn't mean violence is inevitable, but it's possible. One survey found 68% of Americans are concerned that extremists will commit acts of violence after the election if they're unhappy with the election outcome. And as Election Day approaches, Trump continues to attack America's electoral system.
We did great in 2016. A lot of people don't know. We did much better in 2020. We won. We did win. It was a rigged election.
The 2020 election wasn't rigged. He didn't win. But one poll found that over 60% of Republicans think that the election was stolen. Trump lost the presidency, but he succeeded in normalizing the rejection of election results for some Americans. If he loses again, we shouldn't be surprised if he rejects defeat again, with all the risks that entails.